Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the TV premiere in the hot seat. And this week, we do just have one guest host, and we just have with the change of plans with that. And this week, we are going to be joined by Mr. Lucid, and welcome to the show. Is there anything
Thank you for having me on, David. Thank you very much for Fortminorproject.
Oh, no problem. Is there anything you want to say before we get this thing started?
We're going to be doing a broadcast radio, like a Time for Glory pre-show at 6 p.m. Eastern, so I don't know, I'll send the link out or something, so check it out on broadcast radio. It's called the DL Wrestling Show, so check it out.
Yeah, I'll send the link down in the description box so everybody can check it out, so if they want to join in the talk, so they can do that. And no problem. And this week we only have 5 questions this week, so let's get right into it. Starting it off with the first question, and that is, what are your thoughts on Christian being injured for 6 months, and how would you book his return?
Well, my thoughts on Christian is that it's a shame that he's injured, and if he's going to be out for 6 months, it's going to be a big loss, especially even if he wasn't a main event player. I mean, I think he should be a main event player, but I mean, I don't know, WWE just doesn't seem high on him at the moment. So, if he could rehabilitate quicker, you know, I think it'd be great. Maybe like, not back by Mania, it could be like a special guest in the Money in the Bank, and then maybe won the Money in the Bank, and then, you know, he could continue his feud with Alberto Del Rio, and then, you know, possibly work him into the main event, because I think he deserves to be main event at least, because SmackDown lacks main event. And then what I would do, I'd probably have him and Edge by maybe SummerSlam next year or something for the title, if he cashed it in then or something, and had like a pay-per-view match or something like that. So
yeah, that's very good. Now, with me, you know, I would like to have Christian come back a little bit early, and then maybe he can return us to Royal Rumble and go on to main event status, which would really help out Christian. And finally, hopefully, win the World Heavyweight title in the WWE. I think that would be another great way too as well. But I like your booking skills with that.
no, I was thinking like if he got back by the Rumble and he was like, you know, if Alberto Del Rio was in the Rumble, maybe he could be like a masked man, come in and eliminate him. Okay. And then, like, next week on SmackDown, it's revealed as Christian, and then they have a match at, like, Elimination Chamber or something like that, and then, I don't know, there's a lot of possibilities, so.
Yeah, that's another good way. I actually like that, and that seems like one of the most way that would happen if he does return, so that's a good reason. Alright, second question we got here is, how would you book Hell in a Cell differently, and if you had to, and how would you book Cena's heel turn as well?
Hell in a Cell differently. I would have had John Cena Wade Barrett Hell in a Cell, because, and I would have booked the whole next storyline building up to a Hell in a Cell, you know, between Wade Barrett and Cena, because I think that's the way the Hell in a Cell more so than Shane and Orton. You know, their matches before in the past haven't been great, and the Hell in a Cell really didn't add anything to their match. Right. I think Cena and Barrett would have added something to their match with a Hell in a Cell. You know, it was a good match at pay-per-view, but it could have meant more, you know, if it was a Hell in a Cell. Cena's heel turn, I don't know how to book it. That's a tough one. I mean, this is just off the top of my head, but you know, Wade Barrett could just treat him like pure shit every week in the Nexus and make him do all these, you know, tasks and stuff, and then, you know, Cena just goes to breaking point or something, and then, I don't know, just goes angry, and then the fans turn on him or something. I don't know, I'm not exactly too sure about that, but we'll just have to wait and see.
That's fine, and that seems like what the direction seems to be going with Cena. You know, hopefully it will continue and to the point when Cena is a full-blown heel, but, you know, we're just going to have to wait and see what the final result is.
Oh wait, another thing about Hell in a Cell, I would have let the Miz keep the US title for Hell in a Cell to keep Daniel Bryan Miz feud going. I would have had Daniel Bryan win at that pay-per-view instead of Night Champion. So maybe a little too early. Then I would have we had maybe either a street fight between Sheamus and Orton, maybe for the title. Maybe near the end of the match, it looks like Orton's going to win, but then Miz comes and tries to cash on Sheamus or something, then wins the title there, something totally unexpected, maybe like that. So.
That's also very good. Alright, next question, we got question number 3 here, and it's a Divas question, and thoughts on the Women's Championship being retired at Night of Champions, and which is a few weeks back, and what are your thoughts about the Divas Championship being unified right after that?
Well, it's just a crying shame that the Women's Champion's been retired, and that's called a butterfly Divas Unified Championship. I mean, the women's division in WWE has about 4 good workers, and then the rest is like filled with very mediocre to average workers at best. You know, it really the Divas division and the title just reflects how bad the division is. I mean, you know, we unified it and called it the Divas Championship instead of calling it the Women's Championship, you know, which is just stupid. So I know I'm not off in the women's division. I think it's just bad. It's been bad for probably at least 4 or 5 years anyway. You know, it used to be a lot better. So, yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Just the way it's been lately, it's been basically crap, and you know, I do enjoy the Divas and everything, but the way it's been lately, it's just been really, really sad. Next thing we got here, next question number 4, and that is, since most titles are being unified, do you think Night of Champions should be called Vengeance, or do you think the pay-per-view should just be thrown away completely?
Well, I think they shouldn't unify all the titles. I mean, I'm kind of glad, you know, with the women's title, at least there's only going to be on one brand now, but, you know, I don't really care about that division anyway. The same with the tag team division, I don't really care about the division because there isn't really that many good tag teams in the division. And the way that, like, made it like a shiny penny title, that's just ridiculous as well, but I don't think they should unify the other titles because there is actually people in those divisions that could contend for the titles, you know, like, there's a lot of mid-carders and, you know, some of them need to be elevated to main event in the next couple of years. So, I mean, you know, you need to keep, you know, a US title on one show, IC title on the other, and same with the 2 heavyweight titles, because if you only have one title, then it's like 50 people going for one title, you know, and that's you know, crazy. And so for Night of Champions, call back to Vengeance. No, I keep Night of Champions, but I just wouldn't unify the titles. That's what I would do. So.
Yeah, I actually agree with you with that. Just unifying the titles just doesn't really make any sense. The Divas Championship, which is unified, doesn't seem like it's unified at all. It just seems like it's still the Divas Championship. And you're absolutely right. So just having each title on each brand like it should be single, not unified, which makes a lot more better. And, you know, has something to fight for each brand. So that's really good. Alright, last question here. What are your top 5 ways that you can help improve TNA?
This is no particular. I mean, it'll just be things off the top of my head. You know, I guess number 1 would be firing through, so I would get a gun and shoot him in the face. I think he's the worst writer, and I would even go as far as say he's a cancer on wrestling, and really made wrestling an absolute joke in the past, you know, 15 years, especially in WCW, and then now in TNA, to make the whole company joke with gimmicks, terrible storylines, Impact is a pure shit, and pay-per-views are sometimes okay, some of them are bad, but just get rid of Russo, get some, you know, young, creative people in there who actually know something about wrestling and know how to book a show right. I think that's, you know, the number 1 fundamental fact. There's too many, another one would be like, there's too many on-screen characters, like Hulk Hogan doesn't need to be on screen. I think he just should be there to kind of go on TV shows and radio and just promote the whole company really. You know, I think that would be a better idea, and maybe have the Bischoff as like a general manager or something like that, and just don't have Dixie Carter on the screen the whole time. Ric Flair can just be a manager. I think that would just be a lot simpler. Another one would be get rid of a lot of this TV2 Magnus, I don't think he's that great. I think we should get rid of Orlando Jordan, Raven, Stevie Richards, Tommy Dreamer, Foley could be backstage, I think. Sting should only be there maybe once or twice a year, doing a few pay-per-views here and there. It's maybe like the Undertaker, like big storylines like that. T3D just need to put more teams over. I mean, I bring in a few more younger talents instead of older guys. You know, I get rid of Rob Terry, even another one. I bring in a few other guys, maybe from the independents. Paul London, I think, would fit quite well in TNA. And then, Amazing Red needs to be on TV more, Nigel McGuinness, and a few more people like that. Number 4 reason would be just get rid of all these long segments and stuff and promos, and there's too much promos and too many segments in a show. It makes the show pointless and redundant, and just cut it out. I mean, in like a 2-hour show, you'll see like about 45 minutes of promos and then about 30 minutes of wrestling. It should be the other way around, and it should be about an hour of wrestling and then 20 minutes of promos, all that, So, and that'd be number 5 instead, more wrestling in the show. I mean, the show needs more wrestling, needs more people that can wrestle on the show, like Nigel McGuinness, like Nathan Red, like even Keo should maybe Suicide, people that we haven't seen on TV for a while. I mean, Homicide, Chris Daniels, you just lost 2 talents there. I mean, who else is going to be gone from the company,
Yeah, that's crazy. I think everyone can agree with you on that one, and, just help improve TNA a lot more, and help it make more sense. And just the way it's been going lately, it's just been, really confusing at times too as well. So, I really like your ideas with that one.
I mean, I think it's been going back for at least a year, especially since Hogan and Bischoff came in. I mean, I think it's been going bad for a number of years, but it's really gone downhill the past year, getting the lowest rating of all time. And they might have got the highest rating of all time, but they got the lowest rating of all time as well. And
that's pretty sad.
It just needs to be more of a consistent show where, you know what's going on, and, people turn in and if they're intrigued to see it instead of just bullshit every week,
Yeah, and that's also true too. But yeah, those are the 5 questions that we have for you guys for today, and very good ways to help improve TNA. I really like that. But is there anything you want to say before we end this thing?
No, I've talked to a lot of people about TNA. I've been writing about TNA forever, but yeah, that's definitely.
Alright. So that has to do with the season premiere of In the Hot Seat. Mr. Lucid, I really appreciate you coming on in for the season premiere this week, and it's been an honor having you on the show.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me do it on my own, because I think it would have gone way too long if anyone else had come on.
Well, yeah, that's good though. But still, I really appreciate you coming in, and I
appreciate being offered to come on. It's an honor, so thank you very much.
Oh yeah, no problem, anytime. And that has to do with the season premiere of In the Hot Seat, and as always, I will talk to you guys later.